Hello world, Billy here, and we're back with My Hero Academia chapter 419. Last chapter was very climactic. We sort of got the culmination of the fight between Deku and Shigaraki. Deku was finally able to intercept Shigaraki or Tenko before he X'd his sister, and he was able to essentially dissolve, his hatred, his malice, and essentially we just had the shell of Shigaraki left. At the very end, we started to see these memories where, Shigaraki's dad, Tenko's dad, was speaking to someone, and it was probably one for all, but because, I keep saying one for all. It's probably all for one, because otherwise, we know that all for one and Shigaraki were sort of getting convolved, like the two of them were becoming one individual, and with that there's sort of this invasion of memories. There's a blending of memories and experiences in the quirk space. So obviously Shigaraki wouldn't have his father's memories because he didn't take his father's quirk. We don't know if his father had a quirk, whatever, but Shigaraki would have All For One's memories again because they were convolved. So it seems like perhaps All For One, who was obviously planning this for a while, it was planning on taking in, or messing around with Shimura and Nana's family. So it seems like he was speaking to Kotaro, right? Shigaraki's dad, ahead of time, because Shigaraki's dad was saying, no, about the little one, he hasn't awakened his quirk yet. So we might get to see some insight into the background before All For One, sort of took in Tenko and groomed him and all that stuff. And knowing that, my guess is that in this chapter we'll actually have Shigaraki sort of duking it out with the remnants of All For One within him. So sort of that will be his redemption, right? All For One is going to try and take control of Shigaraki's body, and Shigaraki is essentially going to fight that as his going forth, his send forth, his redemption. That's what I think is going to happen, but we'll see what happens this chapter. Anyway, without talking too much, let's just jump right into 419. What is this, some kind of crossover with another anime? I don't really know this design style, character design style, or the costumes, so, and also the dragons. I don't know what this is from, so maybe someone can let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, and Deku has no hands. Hopefully this is just in the vestiges space, in the quirk space, and not IRL. Yoichi. Yeah, because now One For All is also gone, right? Yeah. Credulous. Gullible. Oh, shut up. Well, maybe it'll happen, but if you're saying he never had any choice, I think you're going to see a choice of his own now, which would be to revolt and to basically banish you, finally, once and for all, please, yeah. Yeah, maybe this would just be platitudes. Maybe this guy's just, yarning. He's just talking, but maybe he's actually not going to do anything or take over Shimura's buddy, Shimura Tenko's buddy, right? No longer Shigaraki. He's been redeemed in that sense. A seedbed fertile for hatred to grow. Wow. Okay, yeah, so like I said, we're getting the actual series of events, because he placed himself there, right? This guy is an absolute dick. Just a monster. My goodness. So yeah, he's basically saying, his uh, Tenko's sister was she was already in a good state, so to speak. She didn't have any malice or hatred, but he basically set Tenko up for failure. He set him up to be the pawn that he could use to eventually, a will that could potentially surpass Deku's, or the wielder of One for All. So he literally groomed, in a sense, was orchestrating everything from the point when Tenko was a little kid. See, I said this was him, speaking to. He was sort of family friends of Kotaro without Kotaro realizing. This is the truck that almost hit them when they were kids. The one that hit Deku, or brushed Deku. Wow. What a terrible guy. This guy's such a villain. Such a villain. Wow. So initially it was actually dual. It's like you can destroy things, right? You can sort of rot things, decompose things, but also restore them. But yeah, they basically just made it just primal destruction. What an absolute. So yeah, what was his original quirk? I'm curious. I mean, is this something he's gonna say? I wonder what his original quirk was. Is that gonna be like something that will, like, I don't know, maybe it made things blossom, which is complete opposite to destruction, of course, right? I wonder if they'll say anything about that. Yeah, so he actually gave him, that quirk. Everything was all orchestrated by him. Damari. Shut up. Be silent. I mean, I feel like, what if he decays himself, right? Please tell me Deku has hands. They're sort of hiding it, but bro, Deku cannot not have hands, please. I mean, yeah, I was holding out hope, obviously, but like I said, he could be fatally injured there, so. Bro. Either Eri comes into play here, or I still feel like Shigaraki might overtake. Like, he's gonna take over his buddy once again, which has just been taken over by All for One. Bro, this is so stressful. But I feel like Shigaraki, or Tenko, I'm gonna call him Tenko now because he's been redeemed, right? But Tenko is gonna take over his buddy again, and either he's gonna awaken the other side of the quirk that was given to him by All for One, which was meant to be something you can destroy, like you can destroy things, but you can also sort of restore them to some extent. So, and since he was the one who destroyed, Shigaraki was the one who destroyed Deku's hands while they were, in that sort of grapple state, that maybe he'll be able to restore Deku's hands. But that's sort of a long stretch. I don't know how plausible that is, but it just sounds like a route that could be taken, but I'm not too sure. Or the other option is of course, like, Eri will eventually heal Deku, after the fight is over. But yeah, just I don't even know. Like, I don't even. I'm like, bro, there's still more to read, right? So, my goodness. So yeah, last ditch effort. One for All is gone. So now he's just gonna take the buddy and take over the world. Plus the vessel is sort of on the edge of destruction. So he's using Black Whip. What is he using? What is that? Oh, no, he's not using black. I don't know why I said black whip. I just, what's the word? So delirious. I'm being deluded right now. No, that's just his blood. He's like using his head to stand up. Zero, finally. Class 1A, show up, man, pop off. My boy Zero, finally, with the tape. Zero Ojiro. What's his name? Sugar Rush. Boy Sugar Rush. Sato. Still alive? Bruh. Of course he's not dead. Bruh. Bro, no way. My boy Aizawa. Eraserhead. Fanboy over here. And of course you see this portal. So you know, I guess they got Kurogiri, right? The warp gate. They got Kurogiri to help them out. So, man, what a chapter, bruh. Okay, so it wasn't just like talk. He actually took over the buddy, but the buddy's frail, so they can actually doesn't have a lot of weapons in his arsenal. And the vessel is frail, so they can actually potentially just kill him here. Please kill this guy. And as I knew was a possibility, but hoping wasn't the reality, Deku doesn't have hands anymore. But it's still healable. So it's still healable. But this was a really good chapter. Man, All For One is an actual villain. Like, bro, I mean, we knew he was a villain, but like, he was fully immersed in Kotaro's life, right? Even like encouraging him to be strict with Tenko, and then also speaking to Tenko's classmates, or his friends, like encouraging them to encourage him to sort of aspire to be like a hero. So sort of pumping up the heroes as sort of these myths or these legends. And of course, the greater you set someone up on a pedestal, when they do disappoint you, obviously you sort of have a greater amount of malice towards them. So all of that stuff was just his orchestration, which is just wild. Even taking on like this persona of being his dad's friend, and it's like, bro, absolute villainy, my guy. He wins best villain, in the series, of course. But yeah, I'm so hyped. Zero, Ojiro, and Sato showed up just in time. And my boy Aizawa is about to pop off too. He's rocking probably a mechanical leg, custom built for him. Let's go. Well, this is a really good chapter. I shall catch you all in 420. Peace out.